it sure?
Not yet.
Hello,
Yeah.
hi. We have just come on live. So we will wait for everybody to join us. We will kickstart at 6 p.m. Yeah, so whoever is on Instagram and would like to join us, please come on, and it will be lovely to have you with us this evening.
Yeah, it's not that I'm bored or anything. I was just trying to make sure that we're getting the technology right. So yes, we are looking forward to all of you joining us and interacting with us, and we're kind of excited, kind of anxious too, as you can tell. Maybe one of us is, the other isn't.
It's just that I'm quite comfortable doing lives on Facebook, but Instagram Live is a completely new platform for me. So do apologize for any technical errors that we might face on the first one. But I am sure with your energy supporting us, this will be a lovely sharing together. So I do feel that some of you have joined us live.
We've got Laila on.
Okay, great.
And
hi, Laila. Good to see you here on Instagram with us.
Laila. Yeah, we've got to figure that one out, just to make sure that we're getting the name right. And we've got the handle every 14. I'm not so sure who every 14 is.
That's Yvette. Thank you, Yvette, for joining us.
Okay.
Hi. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting platform, which, as I had mentioned on the post, that it will be a live twice a month, that is the second and the fourth Saturday. Of course, I will be putting out a post letting you all know when, which Saturday we are coming on live. I don't expect each one to remember the second and the fourth Saturday, but yeah, it will not be, at the moment at least, not every Saturday. But let's see how this warms up, and the more support we get, perhaps we will be encouraged to come on live every Saturday. So, I hope everyone's doing well. There's a lot happening around the world, and our support and our prayers go out to Lebanon, and everybody, I hope, is staying strong, and sending out prayers of healing to each one's loved ones and family. Okay, so
we've got Minath has joined us, and Tejas.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, Minath, Tejas. Thank you so much for joining us. This means a lot for Tony and me to have all the support, and we really look forward to having a lot of interaction with all of you today. Okay, so if it's 6 p.m., should we start introducing what we are presenting here on Graceful Reflection? So for the ones who don't know us by names, I'm Vandana, and this is Tony, and this is our platform on Graceful Reflections called Seeds of Thought. So what is Seeds of Thought? Seeds of Thought, up until now, was a platform that we were extending on Zoom, but we've decided to come on live on Instagram because there is a different vibe and energy here, and we want to have that interaction with each one of you on this amazing platform. Seeds of Thought, the intention behind Seeds of Thought, as the name suggests, is all about planting a seed of thought, exploring different topics, different solutions and approaches to life, where we will, on this platform, basically, we will bring up a topic for that particular day, and we will present multiple perspectives on it. And of course, we would love your feedback and your interaction over this live, so that we can, all go away with some more thoughts over the topic that we're going to be discussing today. And today's subject is vision. We are taking the inspiration from late Steve Jobs' quote, who said, if you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. So let's see what Tony's perspective is on this particular quote. Go for it, Tony.
Right, so yeah, I'll try and keep this kind of simple. because as far as I'm concerned, the simpler it is, the better it is, and the easier it is to understand and to assimilate. So I look at it as, what is vision really? And my interpretation is that it's our ability to see or to anticipate events or developments that are likely to happen in the future, and possibly our future, created by ourselves. So what kind of vision can we actually look forward to? And I've broken it down into 4 areas. And the first one is a vision that changes lives. Think education for all. Malala Yousafzai, you know her story. Think environmental change. Greta Thunberg. Lives can be changed on a large scale with a vision like this. Then there's also the vision to build an empire, to build a business. Think Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, Virgin Atlantic. How about a vision to change social habits? Any guesses there? You've got WhatsApp. You've got Instagram, Facebook. And that's what's happening right now. Our vision is changing the way we interact with each other. Well, not our vision, but we're reaping the benefits of someone else's vision. And then, of course, there is my personal favorite, a vision that brings about an identity change. And what kind of an identity change are we talking about? And the easiest or the best examples that I can give are sports people or athletes who move on, who have a vision for themselves, and who move on from just being an athlete or just being a sports person and become world champions, Olympians. Think Usain Bolt, think Serena Williams, Tiger Woods, masters of the game. But they weren't masters of the game. They weren't born that way. They had a vision for themselves, and they created that for themselves. So along with that, the anticipation of events or developments that can possibly manifest in the future, comes a plan of action to make that vision a reality.
Absolutely.
And it's this desire, and we emphasize on desire. It's the desire, it's the passion, it's the clarity of every milestone objective that feeds on to the next objective, and so on, right until the time you fulfill and you achieve your vision. And that's where the excitement is. It's the pain and the gain of achievement. It's the sacrifice that goes into making all of this possible. But where's the pull?
Exactly.
The pull lies in the fulfillment of our emotional drivers and our personal identity, how we project ourselves to the rest of the world. But as we know, there's always a flip side to life.
Absolutely, and I was just going to come to that. I completely agree with you, Tony, but what about for those folks where life circumstances create a theme of the vision, where challenges are thrown into your life and you're going about your life and suddenly a change comes which you are not prepared for, and your life is completely shifted and steered towards overcoming that challenge, and in overcoming that challenge you start seeing a new vision, a new theme that kind of builds up into a vision. You embark on this new journey, not really knowing where you're going, and then slowly starts unfolding. This is something that's happened to me in my life, so I completely understand when people have those circumstances. And then there is another aspect, or for some people, what happens is that they have a vision. They feel that, oh, I have set an intention and I really want to manifest this. I have this vision about myself where I'm heading. And yet, no matter how much of energy and effort and skills they might be gathering to accomplish it, this vision seems to get further and further away. It feels like as if it's never going to manifest. It is frustrating, no doubt. You feel disillusioned from your vision. You start wondering, you lose self-confidence. You probably start detaching from the vision a little bit. And this is where I feel, once again, it's important to literally I would say every day, to reconnect with your vision, to reassess, and I also like to call it refine your goal, your vision, what you are really paving towards, and sometimes you have to let go of certain old patterns in order to clear the way, clear the path, so to say. And there is one more I want to add, and that is that some people...
It's your show.
No, it's our show. Is the folks who have everything going. From, at least that's how it seems like, they have fulfillment where their career is concerned, they are well established in their finances, healthy relationships, good healthy mindset and body, but yet they feel like something is missing. Something, they can't really put a finger on it, but there is a void, an emptiness. And I think that's where we're back to the emotional influencers, or what we say, the personal identities or universal identities. And those of you who are new to these concepts that Tony and me are talking about, this is a wonderful workshop that Tony and me run called Emotional Influencers, that help you to understand what is your driving force, what is that programming that you sort of are more driven to accomplishing in your life, what we call personal identities and universal identities. And perhaps these are the folks who are looking for more growth or fulfillment on a spiritual level, where they want to contribute to the community where they belong, or to the world. So yeah, these are different aspects that I tend to look at when the flip side, like you were talking about.
Right. And since we're talking about the flip side anyway, what about someone who says they don't have a vision? Because in my perspective, we all have a vision. Sometimes we have these short-term objectives that that fulfill a very short-term purpose, and we don't perceive it as being a part of our vision, very simply because it's short-term. And in our heads, vision is very, very long-term.
Right.
But when we go back to the why, why? What are we trying to achieve out of this short-term objective? Then we start to understand that yes, it is actually a stepping stone to something that's a little further away, and something that we're trying to achieve in the short term. So it's a collection of these short-term objectives from one to the next that helps us to fulfill our long-term vision.
Right. So what you are passionate, what you're trying to say is something that you're passionate about, perhaps has an inkling of or an undertone of what your vision might build into. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yes. That sounds like a good thought process. So this is how I think Tony and me are seeing this particular quote from Steve Jobs. What we would love to know, what is your connection with your vision? What's on your what's been happening in your life that has sort of led you to create a vision, whether it was something that you right from childhood had an inkling of where you were heading, or did life's challenges sort of bring that forward for you, or perhaps you could, at a stage of your life where you feel you need a shift, a change. Let us know how do you feel connected with your vision, and let's have a discussion here with all of you. So
right.
Tony's checking on his phone because I don't have my glasses on to read where the comments are coming on. So go ahead.
Right. So forgive me if I take my eyes off the camera and I'm not looking each of you in the face or in the screen, so to speak. But we've got a very nice question here from Minat, and the question says, "What if the vision is not just one vision, but includes a pull towards 2 or 3 different passions, and the push to fulfill each is equal?"
Okay, interesting. I would say, Minat, do you find any connection between all of them? Like, are there any similarities, which would sort of tie one into the other? Perhaps there is. And if it is not, if I was, in your position where, or perhaps that's your thought process, I would first see what is something that I can, sort of start focusing on at this moment. And will that be a stepping stone for my next vision? What do you think, Tony? What would you say for that?
Well, okay. This is my interpretation over here, Manath. Yes, you can have multiple passions that you look at equally. However, in my thought process is you will probably end up giving a greater focus on your genius more than your passion. So what kind of a skill are you the master of? That's where your vision will probably lead you to. But that does not take away from any of the others. So if you have multiple passions, and you can manage all of them, and you treat them all equally, and you get the same kick out of all of them. Yes, of course, you can have multiple passions, but keep one thing in mind. Time is very finite. You will probably end up putting in a lot of your time into achieving multiple passions or creating a vision out of multiple passions. So you don't want to sacrifice some of the important things in life, like your relationships, your family. You don't want to burn yourself out.
Yeah. And what if the visions are related to different roles? I'm just exploring a different thought process as you were talking that came to my mind, that as a mother, as a wife, as your profession, each one of us have a vision for all those roles. But as a consciousness awareness, I feel what your soul is most driven to, it kind of is the one that you are actually trying to build towards. So I hope, Minat, we've kind of given you some perspective on your question. So do let us know if you feel that has answered your question.
Yes, I think we must have responded to Manath and given her something to think about, because she has come back saying, yes, that makes total sense.
Okay, great. I'm happy to hear that. What else? Who else has asked some questions from us?
Yeah, we've got a question from Lita. Lita, hi there.
Hi, Lita.
Lita's question is, what if you face hurdles, for example, COVID, to pursue your passion and your vision?
Right. Do you want to go first?
Right. Okay. What if you face hurdles? What is life without challenges? Yeah. What is life without challenges? And Lita, from feedback that we've received from you, over earlier sessions like the meditations and things like that, you have actually said that COVID has helped you to grow and to fulfill some of your other passions. So it all depends on the label that you give. You give these hurdles. Let's take COVID, a blessing or a curse. Yeah.
But I want to add something to that. Talking about hurdles, and like I was talking about my personal vision that got created by life. I didn't have the vision of being a wellness coach or a holistic therapist 21 years back. It was life's challenge that put me on it. And it didn't happen overnight. I had to work hard. I had to be consistent. And I think that is what the key is. What I kept in mind is I was consistent, and I worked with areas that felt connected to me, like it resonated with me, the rituals or the tools or whatever that I used. If it felt that when I was doing it, it made sense to me, I was consistent with them. What didn't feel was supporting me in my goal, and my goal was to heal myself, I kind of just let it fade away. So I tried different things, but I was very loyal to the ones that worked for me, even though the results were not instant. And what I was talking earlier when I was sharing my perspective is reconnecting, refining your vision is a great way. So, for example, the challenge each one of us has faced, and we all were working towards a vision. But what we all did was, and hopefully we all paused a little bit, maybe took a step back and said, okay, what can I do with the circumstances that the universe is presenting to me? Is there a hidden blessing that I can draw my strength from? So I hope, Lita, this has inspired you to keep doing what you're doing, because you're doing an amazing job. I know that. Right. What else? Anybody else?
Vandana shared her story, and my story basically is it's kind of an anticlimax, really. Yeah, seriously, because for the longest time I didn't have a personal vision. I was enjoying my life, and I'm someone who lives every day, and I enjoy every day. Alhamdulillah, my life has been blessed by having good people in my life, and I've enjoyed my job, but over a period of time it became very obvious that some of the things that I was pretty good at, and some of the things that I could have really enjoyed doing had I looked at it as as a career prospective option, but I didn't, because my entire enjoyment of being in the airlines and the benefits that go with being in the airlines. You can travel, and my seniority gave us great travel privileges, and so all these things were fun. But it goes back to one of the points that Vandana had mentioned earlier. The enjoyment was there, but that total fulfillment was missing, and that total fulfillment or the lack of fulfillment came from not having a clear vision that would suit me and benefit me. Yeah, that would pull
you.
Yeah. But,
right. Yeah.
But I'm starting to feel the tug now. so thank you all for being here, really, because this is validation of what's making life worthwhile for me on a different frame.
Right, and you stick around with me, you'll have lots more pull there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I see some more questions coming up, so let's try and address those.
I'm just going to read out some of the other comments, and then we'll address them. So as we grow, we handle hurdles differently. So
okay.
So that's from Christine, and that's very true.
Absolutely.
As we grow, we learn more, and we learn more about ourselves, importantly.
Mm-hmm.
So we learn how to handle moments differently. So we change our Kensho moments into our Satori moments.
Absolutely. And I think it's also when we are younger, maybe we have more responsibilities, worldly responsibilities kind of keep us more occupied, fulfilling those, because obviously we remember what I had shared in my meditations. We don't have to, but we want to. We want to fulfill our roles as parents, as maybe daughters or sons, and have a job, have that stability, create that stability for each one of us. And as those responsibilities are taken care of and we can put them, we can sort of move on from there, we have more time to invest in our different passions, our different visions. And I think that's what's happening for us. I mean, with our boys all grown up and, they're finding their own life. Mom and dad are also adding more to their passion, to their vision. And I think we're really enjoying this phase of our lives also, right, Tony?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Much that we miss our boys, but
Yeah.
they are our best critique, and they keep nudging us forward and say, you need to do it this way and you need to do it that way. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And any more comments?
Oh yeah,
or feedback? Okay.
a couple more comments,
Right.
and we've got how do you stay motivated during these tough times?
For me, if I had to answer it from myself, it was my meditation practice and my Reiki practice and my vision, because I was so sure that I wanted to heal myself, and I was so sure that I wanted to share the joy of healing with others. That kept me going. So I had my, the roller coaster ride. There were days when I was right down there, and there were days when I would hit a high. But I remember sitting in my meditation and coming out of that with that aha moment, with that light in my eyes, and running to Tony and it's like, whoa, this is what I felt today, and this is what I felt today. And seeing the being grateful for the smaller shifts and changes that I was seeing in myself. Those were the things that kept me motivated. So when I talk about finding the pieces to your jigsaw puzzle of healing, in this context, it would be finding things that keep you motivated, that keep you connected to your vision. I would say that is what helps me.
Well, I'm not as complicated as that. I mean, for me, life is a lot simpler, and I always find a reason to be grateful for the day. And it doesn't matter how difficult life gets. We draw upon our inner strength, and I find very simple methods to remind myself that life is good. And the simplest one that I use is that on the days that I'm feeling my worst, I tend to wear my best aftershave. And I do that because then. I have this. My sense of smell is very strong, and it can be a great motivator, and at the same time, it can be a great downer. But when I wear my best aftershave, it just reminds me that the world is good, and there are good people in my life, and I'm going to have a great day. Right. So I find a reason to perk me up, and I don't really need the external stimulus to tell me that. Hey, don't worry, Tony, everything's going to be good. I find a reason within myself.
Go. So, different ways to motivate yourself. Sometimes it's just a little walk on the beach, a nice book, a funny movie to watch. There's so many small things that you can do to keep yourself motivated. Connecting with like-minded people, and a lovely perfume that maybe the wife has gifted, it could be that.
Yeah.
Okay, right, what else?
Strategically, yes, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, but this is a family show, so.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay, so how do I bring my husband to spirituality? He doesn't take it seriously, and I need him to be on the same page with me. Let me go first.
Okay, because that would be pretty similar to our story, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you need him to be on the same page as you? That's my question. Why do you need him to be on the same page as you? So what if he doesn't have your sense of spirituality? Is that taking away the value from the relationship or the closeness? He is who he is. His beliefs are his beliefs.
Can I add something? Right. Okay. So it's not about changing somebody or making them see the value in what you're seeing. So clearly the spiritual path has helped you to get to where you are, or you see value in it, and you want to share that. You want to enjoy that process with him. And this could be the other way around. It could be the husband who's wanting the wife on the same page there. But what I always feel is, and this is how Tony and me managed it. So Tony always gave me, okay, you do what is working for you, of course. But what I made sure was I always kept him in the loop. I always let him know how I was feeling and what I was experiencing and what were my moments of spiritual ahas, and what I appreciated in him is he never ridiculed it or anything, but he kind of supported it. He did not say, oh, I don't believe you. Fortunately, he felt like, okay. So therefore we felt that there was that communication that was ongoing, which I think helped, right, in a way. But I understand, because when both are on the same page, it helps to, have a more open discussion about it. But don't let that stop you. Like, share it in a language that will be understood by the other person. That's how I would put it. There's always a different way of expressing it.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, right. And a different way of expressing it is, let me be a husband here, right? So, are you on your husband's page? And we'll leave it at that, because that's something to think about as well.
Yeah. And also here comes in the emotional influencers, and each one of us is different, and acknowledging and honoring where we each are is a great way to have that interaction that is pleasant and meaningful.
And it's fun to differ.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
fun to differ,
Yeah.
and it's great to have multiple opinions, or have a difference in opinion, have a different consensus, because it helps you to get stronger in your spirituality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your faith will keep you going.
Yeah. And your discussions, these open discussions with your husband, will of course help him to see things from your perspective as well.
Yeah. Planting a seed of thought.
Absolutely. And we have a nice comment over here from Layla. I've always had the same vision from childhood. I have always wanted to help society, aimed to be a doctor, but became a teacher.
Right.
Now I'm pursuing to change careers into helping refugees. I feel more fulfilled knowing this is the right path. So
more power to you. More
absolutely,
power
power to you, Leila, and we can see that this is your human need of the spirit, your contribution, and your human need of the personality, your love and connection, that's coming out very strongly over here.
Yeah, and remember at the start I mentioned about how the vision just sort of gets refined, and that's what's happening. You're discovering new layers to your vision. You always knew you wanted to help. So wow, that's an amazing way of continuing your vision into different stages of your life. Keep it going, girl.
Right. So Leila, just in case you haven't seen the comments or you can't read the comments on the screen, Christine has shared a comment that says, Leila, you and I need to talk. I too have a global vision related to refugees. So if you all aren't connected already, then perhaps we can help you all with that connection. Yeah. And Lita says she's getting pulled too. Lita, very glad to hear that.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Right.
And
do we have more?
Right. No, I don't have any more questions. Oh yes. Like Roger says, go ahead with your spirituality beliefs, but don't involve me, and I respect that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. So it is, I think that's, one of our viewers has said that that's how her husband supports her in her journey. But he's happy to be continuing with what he believes in. So this is really interesting because, I was saying earlier, Tony was sharing about himself and me. I started way before with all the different aspects because I needed that to overcome my challenge, it was of course my challenge. It was me who was experiencing it on a physical, mental, emotional level. But I obviously could not expect Tony to understand the depths of it, but just knowing that he was okay for me to go explore and find different ways helped me to go ahead and do that. And if somebody, and I'm not saying that anybody has expressed that in today's chat, but this is in case anybody feels this resonates with you. If you feel your partner does not share the same vision as you need to break it down for them. you need to let them understand it with words or in the way that they will understand it. It's very important to do that, because you want that lines of communication open between yourself and your partner to keep the relationship enriched. Right.
And enriching the relationship is what it's all about. Yes, of course. I mean, sometimes Vandana has to explain things to me more than once before I tend to see things her way. And as much as I love and respect whatever she's doing, I tend to disagree. Sometimes I'm even dismissive of of the things she says and she does. But it's because her concept and my concept sometimes can conflict. But that's only because I'm looking at it purely from up here and not from down here. But when I start to put two together, then I'm able to accept and see things the way she does.
And again, I have to remind myself that this is something that he has to experience in his life, and I have to have, it's my choice if I need to keep, sort of consistently working on him on that, like not working, that's a wrong choice. There's a bad choice of word, where I need to consistently support him in the area that I can see clearly for him. But eventually it's his life, it's his journey, and he needs to be convinced about it before he can take any action. No matter, I can't use any coercion on that. All right, so I think I don't see many comments coming up right now. Apologize if we haven't addressed something that you have commented. It's missed, it's bypassed us for this evening. But I hope today's live has helped you take away different perspectives, multiple perspectives, I should say, on the whole of the quote that we started off with. I'm going to repeat it one more time. If you are working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. So with that, Tony and me wish you an amazing journey to fulfill your vision, whether it is short-term, long-term, whether it's something that you are creating for yourself, you're building a new one, you are fine-tuning an old vision of yourself. Do not get disheartened if some challenges come your way. There are always ways to steer your vision in a completely different direction. Anything that you want to add as we close down for today, Tony?
Well, I'd just like to say thank you to everyone, and thank you very much for all the questions. My final word would be your vision is your vision. So fulfilling your vision comes from yourself. It's a complete reflection of who you are as a person, and your sense of self-identity and your sense of self-worth. So hold on to your vision and hold on to your self-worth, because that will ensure that you confidently go through life with the intention of achieving your vision for yourself.
And I also want to remind, today is a beautiful day. It is what we call as the Star Power Galactic Portal, which is open 8/8. So if you've not already made some time to sit in your own space and meditate, prayer, whatever, try and find some time for that. Otherwise, join me tomorrow on Facebook Live on my personal page, Vandana Mendonça, and I am going to be sharing the meditation at 5 p.m. GST, which is a step through the galactic portal. Right, that's what it is. So I look forward to sharing that, because the portal is not only open today, it's been open from the 26th of July till the 12th of August, but it is strongest today, the 8th of August. So try and do something special for yourself, spiritually or emotionally, or just sort of, a gift to yourself and for your own growth. All right, we will be back. Not next Saturday, the following Saturday, which is the 22nd of August. I think there is a comment that has crack Tony up. So
Yeah.
let's hear that before we say goodbye.
Yeah, funny, my battery percentage is 88%. Hey, that's a sign. That's a sign.
Okay, right. Thank you so
Right,
much.
so-
We really appreciate.
Yeah, thank you
All-
so much.
Yeah.
And we look forward to our next session with you all, when...
22nd of August, Saturday. I will be.
25?
Oh, really? It's 22nd.
Okay, sorry.
22nd.
Yeah, well...
Yeah. Take care and have a lovely evening and a lovely day wherever you are in whichever time zone. Thank you. Bye. I need to